I was watching it live on Fox when Trump tapped his ear and the Secret Service stormed the stage, and you could still hear shots being fired off in the background. Wow. What a historic, awful day in our history. What up, folks? It is indeed your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. We do occasionally indulge in the occasional political conversation. I've had a lot of folks ask this, so I figured I'd do a video on my take on the attempted assassination of President Trump. And the whole video is going to really revolve around toning down the rhetoric in regards to violence towards political officials. Now, fortunately for Trump, he emerged from this looking probably more powerful than he did going into it. You see the picture everywhere of him giving a fist up, telling his supporters to fight on. He was stated that he was doing that just in case he lost his life, to let you know to keep fighting. Sounds like something at the end of Braveheart. Shout out to Mel Gibson. That photo is badass. The only thing missing from that photo is a bald eagle landing on the top of his fist. It looks like some patriotic shit straight out of the military somewhere. So shout out to Trump for making a lot of lemonade out of a real sour lemon. However, I want to discuss political rhetoric that involves violence. Now, I'm going to come at it from the good people on both sides type argument, because fact is, both sides engage in this stuff. And I do believe, like what we saw this weekend, it can have consequences. We've seen on the left everything from rappers like Eminem. We've seen Snoop Dogg, speak negatively of Trump. Kathy Griffin, the comedian, the redhead comedian, had a severed head of Trump holding up several years ago. So graphic, I can't even show it here because it would trigger the damn censors at YouTube. We know Robert De Niro has stated that he would like to punch Trump. I do believe Joe Biden, President Biden, also said something about taking Trump behind the bleachers years ago. So Biden has engaged in some politically violent rhetoric as well. However, now on the right side of the aisle, this stuff happens as well, but here is the difference. On the left side, most of the violent rhetoric is coming from actors, rappers, musicians, and citizens that lean left politically. On the right side of the aisle, it's coming from the very top. It's coming literally from the very top. We seen President Trump tweet out a video years ago of him beating up someone with a CNN logo over their head, suggesting he was beating up the network CNN, which he thinks is in the bag for liberals. We actually have seen President Trump make light of the fact that Nancy Pelosi's husband was beaten about the head with a hammer. Now, some suggest that it wasn't political violence that her husband faced. It was some type of affair or gay lovers quarrel. I'm not going to go back and forth to what caused it to happen, but why the hell would you make fun of it? I mean, the guy was in the hospital for days. Somebody tried to literally kill the guy. What's humorous about that? Trump got on stage and made light of that. We've seen Trump recently, in the last year or so, tweet out a picture of President Biden hogtied in the trunk of a car. This isn't some conservative comedian or some actor. This is from the very top. This is what we're talking about when we talk about political violence is inappropriate. It's coming from the very top. It's not uncommon to go to a Trump gathering. I've been to a few rallies and see fuck your feelings, or I could go for some mean tweets and $2 gas. In fact, when that bullet struck Trump's ear, right off to his shoulder in the video was a woman wearing a shirt that says mean tweets. Here we are today, Monday morning, 2 days after the event. Folks on the right are saying we need to tone down the rhetoric and try to unite this country. There is nothing unifying about the phrase, fuck your feelings. It just isn't. So I do want to point that out. I know a lot of my MAGA side of the aisle does not want to hear this, fair enough, but we are about free speech here. Feel free to state your point in the comments. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone for their comments, but understand it is going to be difficult for any outsider to unify around a phrase like fuck your feelings. That shouldn't happen, in my humble opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, I would like to hear from you folks. Do you believe it is time to tone down the violent rhetoric or making light of folks that are in politics having violence bestowed upon them? I think there was a photo of Trump with the storm is coming, and folks are trying to figure out what the hell did he mean by that. I think in the case of Trump, a lot of folks would suggest his words are taken out of context, or folks are just targeting Trump because he does give a lot more phrases that it is very easy to take snippets of and take out of context, because he says a lot of terms that have those trigger words in it, like bloodbath and poison in the blood. I mean, he says stuff like that. Biden stutters, gaffes, loses his damn train of thought, and looks like a, senile old man. But he doesn't use that harsh language. So it's easy to take pictures of Biden falling down and looking like he has dementia, but it's not as easy to portray him as somebody looking to bestow acts of violence. That is far easier to do with Trump, simply because of the choice of words he uses. Let me know in the comments, violent rhetoric, is it a time to move on from it? Or do you think there is simply nothing wrong and Trump is on a path to glory and he should keep it up? Let your boy know in the comments. As always, feel free to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.